Welcome back to Appalachian Ghost Girls podcast, where Appalachia tells its stories, whether the powerful like it or not. I'm Jen.
And I'm Coco.
Tonight we're talking about two names that get polished up in history books like they were saints. Andrew Carnegie and Henry Clay Frick. Steel kings, industrial giants, philanthropists, but here in Appalachia and Western Pennsylvania, their legacy feels a whole lot different.
Because when you dig past all the glitz of the libraries and the museums, what you find is greed, exploitation, and one of the deadliest man-made disasters in American history. Oh, the Johnstown Flood.
Jen and Coco sit by the fire, talking about the tales that never tire. Ghosts and ghouls up in the trees, whispering secrets on the breeze. Down in the holler where shadows hide, lights flicker where the spirits glide. It's where they saw Jim, now gone, walking around with his boots still on. Unseen things in the Appalachian night, haunted fields where the moon don't lie. Cryptids howl and the stories flow. Jen and Coco, they surely know.
What's up, guys? Welcome back.
Hi.
If you're first time watchers, then I'm happy you're here. What took you so fucking long?
Yeah. Welcome.
Yes.
We're happy to have you. Sorry.
It's all good.
In my own world.
So tonight's topic is something that I had brought up to you a week ago, because I've heard so much bad stuff about two very powerful men from a while back, and that
I had no idea.
Oh yeah, Andrew Carnegie, which, I mean, we have all these Carnegie museums, all that stuff. He was a philanthropist. He was supposed to, give his money away.
I got off on the Carnegie exit to come here tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The other man would be Henry Clay Frick. He was not, let's say, neither one of them are nice men, but Andrew Carnegie would try to play nice. Henry Clay Frick was like the hammer.
Downright evil.
He was not a good man. Been to his mansion. Beautiful place, but yeah. He just was not a nice person. So we're gonna start with Andrew Carnegie. He was painted as a poor immigrant kid who worked hard and built an empire. Because he was one of the richest men on earth. He would squeeze steel workers till there was nothing left to squeeze. He would just work people over and over again. Like, he would just,
death.
Yeah, he didn't care about his workers. They paint him out like he did, but he did. He ran brutal shifts, 12-hour days. That would be 6 or 7 days a week. Sometimes you wouldn't even get a day off. He had children working, dangerous conditions. Yeah.
Like little kids?
Yeah, like real little. And he preached something called the gospel of wealth.
Interesting. That basically said, rich people deserve their money, and it's their moral duty to decide how society benefits from it. I feel like we still live in government that is like
mean, yeah.
Translation, I'll take everything first, then maybe I'll give some back later if I feel generous. That is...
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he barely paid anything, like starvation wages. he lived in luxury and just let his workers, live in the shit.
Perish.
But then he would donate his name, like I said, to libraries in different places, and he got praised as a hero for doing that because he donated
Isn't
a
that
library.
insane?
Yeah,
Because
but
money.
they were built with blood money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So now let's talk about the other super cool guy of this story, Henry Clay Frick, which I've never been to the Frick. I'd like to go.
I mean,
I should.
it's a beautiful house. They have a museum in New York City, but
Yeah.
I mean, his daughter was the last one to live there, and she ran these different things. I'm assuming she was a nice person. She wasn't like her dad, but yeah, that house is definitely haunted.
Well, Frick ran Carnegie Steel. So was he like what, their CEO or whatever, their head honcho? He was known for being ruthless, even by like, barren standards. Like he hated unions with a passion, believed workers were disposable, replaceable, machines with lungs.
Yeah, pretty much
crazy.
like Scrooge times 1,000.
Yeah.
That belief came to a head in 1892 during the Homestead strike. Workers were striking because they want to be paid fair wages and better conditions. And he responded by hiring Pinkerton detectives and armed mercenaries, gunmen. They showed up and they literally shot people. They shot the workers. People died.
The people that were protesting or trying to unionize.
Yeah, and then also the Pinkerton guards. People died. Families were destroyed. It was bad. He locked workers out, brought in scabs. Scabs were like in the coal mines, like when they would picket, like they'd bring in these workers and like pay them to work. Like they were just undermining. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Carnegie, he conveniently left the country while all this was happening. Like he definitely, I don't know, Frick's an asshole, but like at least he kept it real and was like, yeah, I'm an asshole. Carnegie, I don't like fake people.
Yeah.
Like if you're an asshole,
yeah, own up to it.
Yeah.
Take some accountability.
Like, yeah.
Like, come on now. So now here's how everything connects to Johnstown. Carnegie, Frick, and their, barrage of wealthy buddies belong to something called the South Fork Hunting and Fishing Club. Like an exclusive retreat for, rich, wealthy men.
It's set up above Johnstown, which there's restaurants and stuff up there now. I was just there like a month ago. Really nice area, but I believe it was like, from what different articles I read, it like sat above the city of Johnstown, so they could kind of look down at it. But yeah, there was a dam, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, the old dam.
They bought an old dam. You started on with They bought an old dam up in the mountains above Johnstown. Lake Conemaugh sat behind it, and that dam was never maintained properly.
No, they kind of ignored it, pretended like it wasn't a problem. They lowered the height of the dam so carriages could cross it. They removed drainage pipes. They slapped fish screens over spillways that clogged with debris. They removed drainage pipes. Oh, I already said that. They ignored warnings from engineers. They ignored leaks, cracks, reality, because they wanted it to be their private vacation lake. It was downstream, working class families, immigrants, mill workers, kids, and none of them had a say on what happened to their town and taking care of the dam.
I feel like we just continually to repeat history.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we are just living this just in another dimension.
Yeah.
Another reality is this.
Yeah.
Because it's just all fucking the same.
It just always sucks.
White old men capitalists destroying everything. All right.
So what happened?
Comes along on May 31st, 1889. Rained for days and days and days. And the lake eventually like rose
Yeah.
to dangerously high
Yeah.
levels. People were begging for the club to release the water from the dam. Yeah, and they did not evacuate Johnstown. They did not send any proper warnings. And at 3:10 p.m., the dam failed. It broke loose
Yeah.
and flooded the city.
Yeah. Was it 20 million tons of water, I believe, came roaring down
Insane.
the valley. It hit towns first and then Johnstown, a wall of water moving faster than a train. Houses were
scary.
like ripped up, taken down. Like people didn't have a chance, to even survive
That's
that.
so scary.
It tossed rail cars like toys because there's trains that run through there. People slammed into buildings, trees, bridges. Over 2,200 people lost their lives.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
entire families were wiped out. Children would be carried downstream and they find their bodies. Some
That's
victims were never
horrible.
identified. There's a cemetery, and Rick took me to it, where they have like a monument for the Johnstown
Yeah.
flood victims. They
Oh my
burned piles of
God.
bodies because there was too many to bury, which is horrible.
That's fucked up. It was one of the worst disasters in American history, and one that was completely preventable.
Oh yeah.
All because they did not want to take proper care of the dam.
Well, none of the members of that club were ever held responsible for anything that happened, and
not.
people were angry. None of them. They claimed it was an act of God. Insurance companies backed them, of course, because they didn't want to pay.
Yeah.
Courts protected them. Money talked. Because if you're rich,
It does.
Yeah.
It's a goddamn shame. Carnegie, though, donated money for relief.
Of course, because he wants to save face.
It sounds nice, but like, why didn't you just use that money to do what you were supposed to do, to upkeep your property?
Yeah, because he's trying to save face. I'm a hero.
Doesn't make any.
I'm saving you all
sense.
after I let 2,200 of you die in a
Yeah.
flood.
After he killed 2,200 people.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to, put a Band-Aid over it. Think that people won't remember, but Appalachia remembers. They remember how the rich men on the mountain treated them.
Mm-hmm.
That place is like super haunted, and we're going to touch on that
Yeah.
in a different podcast.
I can only imagine.
But yeah, our ancestors paid the price
Yeah.
for what happened.
Yeah. Carnegie got libraries. Frick got museums, and Johnstown, they got graves. Some of them, though, didn't even get graves.
No, some of them were just burned.
They burned them
Yeah.
because there wasn't enough space.
But yeah, I mean,
That is so messed up. To be honest, I didn't even really know all of this.
Oh yeah, and it's like not history; it's a pattern. The pattern of powerful people cutting corners.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At
and
the
not doing what
expense
they're
of
supposed to be doing.
us average people's lives.
Yes, yeah, and then after it happens, they just say sorry after, and all is forgiven.
Yeah. If Carnegie and Frick didn't just build
Bob the Builder.
steel empires. They built a system where wealth shields responsibility. That's America.
Yeah.
And Johnstown proved exactly how deadly that system can be.
Yeah. So we need to go to Johnstown sometime because it's. I mean, we've
been
feel
there, but we didn't.
But I mean, yeah, you can feel the
That's where
heaviness.
That's where we were at the swimming hole, right? That was
Kind
Johnstown.
of, yeah, they're kind of out there. But yeah, it's a very heavy feeling there. It's definitely sad, and it feels haunted. And if you're sensitive at all, you can feel it.
Not many people in such a mass tragic event.
Yeah.
You're gonna going to New York and visiting the 9/11
feel 'em.
memorial.
Yeah.
You can feel it. It is the heaviest feeling. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They're
the feeling when we went, I'll tell you though, when we went that time, we went early on where we had to like, it was like going through an airport security. And remember they were still building stuff.
Yeah.
It was very heavy then.
Yes.
Now I went back.
That's like the first time I felt it, like super heavy.
Yeah. I went back after it was completed in like, I want to say like 2016 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was like very.
Like when they had the museum.
Yeah. And it was like, it was almost like the spirits were kind of like, you know, thank you for honoring us. It was a lot lighter. It was sad, but it was a lot like, just a lot lighter.
Yeah.
Of a feeling.
Yeah. I'd have to agree.
Because when I went that time with you, the first time, like, it was like just being there, like, made you want to cry.
Yep. Like instant.
Yeah.
Tears.
You know, and then you like watch these videos of like people making like phone calls saying like.
Well, they have it playing like in the background of the museum. Oh my God. I was just like walking around crying the whole time.
It was horrible.
Oh my God. I know. Absolutely.
But yeah, there's definitely like places in Johnstown I'd like to investigate. I mean, I know the Masonic temples out there, but I don't know. That's bad taste in my mouth because of my ex-team.
Yeah.
But I also didn't. I felt weird at the Masonic temple. Like I felt like it felt very like I was like this was like a like almost exclusive male club, you know, and they probably didn't want women in there, and like I could feel it.
Yeah.
Like it was like something was like no.
Like the spirit in my basement like didn't like women.
Yeah.
We encounter that a lot of male spirits not wanting us like to talk to them or to even be there, but they'll talk to the males in our group.
That happened in your basement.
Yeah. And it happened at what's that place called? Heyman House.
Yeah.
Talked to Troy.
Mr. Heyman was.
Yeah, he was real into Troy.
Who wouldn't be Troy?
I know, honestly.
So, like, this one's kind of going to be a short one.
Yeah, that's okay. I honestly didn't know that, like, because, like, their names are all over Pittsburgh. It's Carnegie and Frick this.
Oh, I didn't know until, like, a couple of years ago.
No idea.
Like, how I kept hearing about
how horrible they were.
Frick, how bad, like, what a, like, son of a bitch. What a bastard he was.
I'm sure, like, most monuments and museums and libraries in this country named after great white men were actually like just giant pieces of shit.
Oh yeah, because you're gonna hear him like Carnegie being described as like this great guy.
Yeah,
but he exploited workers.
Probably only by like other men though.
But yeah, he was not a good guy. You know, you can enjoy his libraries. You can enjoy his. You know,
I'm gonna take a shit at his library and not flush the
toilet.
toilet.
You want to hear a funny story?
Yes.
Well, I don't know if I can say it.
Say it.
No, they're not our client anymore. Well, I work with people with disabilities.
Well, just don't say their name. Change the name.
Yeah, because this person doesn't come to my company anymore, and I'm not saying any names. I'm just saying that like we took people to the library before, and my ex-husband was working with him and like pooped on the floor, and then we blamed.
Wait, your ex-husband or the client pooped on the floor?
But yeah, speaking of shitting. If you're from the Carnegie Library, I promise we won't shit on your floor. I mean, I promise I will.
I make no promises. Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh. Yeah. You might have a serial pooper in Pittsburgh on the loose.
So yeah, Carnegie was not good, and Henry Clay Frick was a
dick.
Was not a brilliant businessman.
Henry Clay.
He couldn't even like handle like normal business, unions, things like that. He was
too emotional.
He had to kill people. Oh yeah, he's unstable. Whoever does that, you know. Remember the lockouts. Yeah. Remember the flood. You know? Because evil people don't, always.
Yeah, we're not going to remember them. We're going to remember
they don't always
have people lost.
Well, they don't always have horns. They don't have, sometimes they wear business suits.
That's true.
often they wear business suits. So
Correct.
join us next time where we talk about some
Other
ghosts
stuff.
of Johnstown and some other stuff. I don't
We're
even
gonna
know
talk
when this.
about Johnstown more.
We're talking about the hauntings of Johnstown.
I
next
don't pay
episode.
attention to shit.
Next episode, it'll be that.
Okay,
But
we're
we got-
talking
yeah.
about hauntings of Johnstown in the next episode, guys. Come back. Hang out with us again.
Bye.
Bye!
Jen and Coco sit by the fire, talking about the tales that never tire. Ghosts and ghouls up in the trees, whispering secrets on the breeze. Down in the holler where shadows hide, lights flicker where the spirits glide. It's where they saw Jim, now gone, walking around with his boots still on. Unseen things in the Appalachian night, haunted fields where the moon don't lie. Cryptids howl and the stories flow. Jen and Coco, they surely